Hello students, welcome to the lecture number 4 of Principles of Management. Today our topic is management skills or managerial skills. In previous classes we have studied that there are different levels of managers, lower level, middle level, upper level. So these levels, while working on different activities, while performing different duties, so they need different types of skills, which are called management skills or managerial skills. There are many more skills which are needed by managers, but 4 of them are very important for almost all level managers. These 4 different types of skills are: number 1, technical skills; number 2, human skills; number 3, conceptual skills; number 4, motivation to manage or motivation to manage skills. I told you that there are different types of skills needed by 3 different levels of managers, but here we have taken generally 4 very common types of skills. Number 1 of which is technical skills. Technical skills are those skills which are required by a manager to perform a specialized task. It is called technical skill. For example, we have IT manager in different organizations. So now IT managers, they are having these skills: how to configure different computers, how to connect different computers to internet, or how to troubleshoot a window problem in the computer. So these are different technical skills required for that IT manager. Or let's suppose we are having finance manager in the organization. For their daily activities or routine transactions, some of the finance managers are using QuickBook, some of the finance managers are using Tally software. So they are working on these different finance softwares. So how to work on QuickBook or Tally software, these are called technical skills. Or we have got a marketing manager. Now marketing manager knows how to attract people, how to convince people, how to promote our product, how to bring awareness in the society. So these different skills are called technical skills for marketing manager. For example, we have also have HR manager in our organization. So HR manager knows very well how to recruit employee, how to select employee, how to train employee, how to arrange different programs for the employees to keep them motivated, how to get more work out of them. These skills are called technical skills for HR managers. So technical skills, these are the specialized procedures, techniques and knowledge required to get the job done. For completing different jobs, different techniques, different procedure, different processes, different techniques are required. They are called technical skills. Technical skills are most important for team members, supervisors, etc. I have told you that there are 3 levels of managers: lower level managers, middle level managers, and top level managers. Here in your book it is written that these technical skills are, although they are required and needed by each and every manager of all levels, but most oftenly they are needed or required for lower level managers such as supervisor, team leader, etc., because they are directly working with workers who are operating different types of machineries, working in field, they are involved in practical work, so they need more technical skills, or they need technical skills more as compared to middle level managers and top level managers. Next, we have got human skills. Human skills can be summarized as the ability to work well with others. Managers with these skills are work effectively within groups, encourage others to express their thoughts and feelings. Human skills. Human skills means skills about human, about the mentality of the people, about the mentality of the workers, or these are the skills which managers need to work well with others, to motivate them, to encourage them so that they can express their opinions, they can come up with some innovation, how to solve a problem, they can come with some creativity in the organization. These are called human skills. So those managers who are having human skills, they know their employees psychologically. They are motivating their employees to express their opinions, to talk, to present their ideas about a situation, about a problem, about a procedure. At the same time, managers who are having human skills, they are good listeners and they are good communicators. First, they are trying to listen to the employees. What are their problems? How they are performing? What are their opinion? Or what are their perception about their duties and responsibilities? How they are thinking about the organization in which they are working. So, these skills are called human skills. To motivate them, to encourage them, to lead them, to provide them in open and social environment. This is called human skills, which are very much needed by each and every manager working in the organization. So, third type of skills we have got conceptual skills. Conceptual skills. These are the abilities to see the organization as a whole, to understand how different parts of the company affect each other and how organization is affected by external factors. Conceptual skills are very much important for managers. To understand the overall performance of the organization, to see the organization as whole, or according to system theory, this theory says that in the organization, each and every individual is very much important, because organization is working like a system. Even if a very small part of a system is not working properly, the whole system will be failed. Same is the case with the organization. If in the organization, a very small department or an employee at very lower position is not motivated or not working properly according to the requirement of the organization, obviously the organization will fail. Same is the case here. That these are the skills to know the performance of overall organization, to know the interdependencies of different departments or different functions on each other, or to create integration in the organization. to create integration in the organization. How we can create integration in the organization? When we know the importance of one department for the other department, or how to integrate the activities of different departments to be on the same page, to boost the activity of each other, to promote the performance of each other. This is called conceptual skills. And at the same time, managers with conceptual skills, they also know about the external environment. There are different factors. Some are micro factors, smaller factors. Some are macro factors, larger factors, which are affecting our organization. In micro environment of factors, we have different groups which are very close to the organization. For example, customer, supplier, competitors, wholesaler, retailers, they are called factors of microenvironment, or they are called microenvironment by itself. And some are macro environment, larger environment. In larger environment, we have government, we have political situation, we have economic situation, we have societal factors, we have technological factors. So all these factors are having effects on our organization, or we are being affected by these different factors of external environment. So now managers with conceptual skills, they know how these different factors are affecting our organization, and accordingly they are getting prepared to cope with the external environment changes. These are called conceptual skills. Next, we have got motivation to manage. Motivation to manage. It is also a skill. Motivation to manage, what does it mean? It is an assessment of how motivated employees are to interact with superiors, behave assertively toward others, tell others what to do. Actually, this is the skill, motivation to manage. It is a skill by which we can measure our employees, how much they are motivated, how much they are demotivated. So, like, we can measure, and we know that motivated employees, how they are interacting with superiors, with seniors, and they behave assertively towards others. Their behavior is positive towards others. They are cooperative. They are helping each other. They are happy to manage and work in teams, to follow the team leaders. They are always positive. When you have this skill, being a manager, when you have this skill of motivation to manage, it means that you can know your employees psychologically, whether they are collectivistic or individualistic. Collectivistic. Individualistic. Collectivistic and individualistic. These are two types of employees. Collectivistics are those employees who are always positive. They are very much cooperative. They are working in teams, helping the others to solve their problems. They have got so many friends in the organizations. They are very social. So that is called collectivistic. And this characteristic is called collectivism. Individualistic are those employees who are not ready to work very well as a team member. They are not positive people. They are selfish people. They are always thinking for their own benefit. They are not even ready to cooperate and help with other peoples. Plus, these individualistic peoples, they are switching very quickly from one organization to another organization. So, if you have this scale of motivation to manage, you can clearly differentiate between collectivistic and individualistic employees. Thank you very much, students. This was our today lecture. See you in the next lecture. Khuda Hafiz.